In the first quarter of 2020, the DOST proudly ushered, with big hope and enthusiasm, our 20 significant programs, which we called Big 20 in 2020. We bannered our responsive S&T initiatives with the goal of bringing science to the people. But throughout 2020, we were met with a global crisis of unprecedented magnitude. The pandemic loomed in our midst. We are impeded to move, challenged to go forward. There was gloom, fear, and uncertainty. But in spite of the fear and uncertainty, the pandemic highlighted a crucial fact that science, technology, and innovation is needed more than ever. That science, technology, and innovation is critical for us to survive and recover after the pandemic. With this mission in mind, unfazed by the pandemic's multifarious obstacles, the DOST marches forward with its responsive programs by introducing the Big 21 in 2021. The DOST Big 21 in 2021 is not only a label, it is a symbol of hope during uncertain times. Science, technology, and innovation interventions to address the needs of now and prepare for the concerns of the future. 21 S&T initiatives that bring out the best in our men and women, health and nutrition, nicer projects, industry, disaster preparedness, S&T human capital, S&T education and communication, S&T vision, livelihood, and community empowerment. Leading the pack are our interventions on health and nutrition, having learned a few lessons from last year. The much-anticipated Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines and Biosafety Level 2 Plus Laboratory as critical establishments to look out for. An enhanced genomics program called Ugnay 2.1 will accelerate the innovative yields in food and nutrition. Side by side with the use of medicines and vaccines, DOST also pursues clinical trials of herbal drugs and supplements as treatment or adjunctive therapy against COVID-19, such as Lagundi, Tawa-Tawa, VCO, which are largely found in the country. The treatment of dengue without warning signs among adult Filipinos through our Tuklas Lunas program to confirm the efficacy and safety of a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial using an orally administered fixed-dose combination capsule. Maintaining order in mobility during pandemic restrictions is equally a necessity in health interventions. Our home-originated digital app, the S-Pass, makes going through borders swifter and more efficient. Two important research studies on COVID-19 were initiated. One is seroprevalence of SARS-CoV-2 in the pediatric and adult age groups in selected communities in the Philippines. The other one is clinical characteristics in transmission patterns of COVID-19 in confirmed cases and their contacts in the Philippines. Both surveillance studies will help us understand the infection patterns associated with the disease and come up with appropriate recommendations and guidelines. We move to the area of industry, which also suffered tremendously from our series of lockdowns and work stoppages. First of the responsive moves is the inauguration of the Simulation Packaging Testing Laboratory and soft launching of Green Packaging Laboratory. Then we have the Advanced Manufacturing Center or AMCEN, and also the Advanced Mechatronics, Robotics, and Industrial Automation Laboratory. And to make the regions equally responsive is the establishment of Metals and Engineering Innovation Center in Cordillera Administrative Region, Regions 1, 2, 3, and 10. These state-of-the-art facilities, including the launch of new EPDC product, the Breath Simulator will not only make our products and services truly relevant, but will also catalyze improvement and innovation in the industry. Our dealings with nature and the environment, which is sometimes severe and unpredictable, also determine our safety in disasters that often batter the country yearly. Some PH Atlas, a collection of spectral seismic ground motion hazard maps, is useful for urban planning, structural design safety, and disaster risk reduction. Simultaneously, our early warning systems will be in place for enhanced weather and flood forecasting. These programs will provide science-based information tools for disaster-related planning, informed decision-making to make appropriate preparations, and timely mobilization of resources. Agriculture. Our country's primary preoccupation takes on a more sophisticated spin with Sari Buhay or Sari-Saring Buhay, a specialized docuseries on TV and online platforms will educate the citizenry on the importance of environment protection and conservation. And while good income is also possible for decorative plants nowadays, we are pursuing the establishment of the Innovative Tissue Culture Laboratory or iLab for ornamental plants in Giginto, Bulacan. The iLab will help farmers to quickly propagate plants with desirable traits. Parallel to what we do as a science institution is our commitment to education and communication. Here, we have our MOOCs or Massive Open Online Courses. Its industry-geared courses, Industry 4.0, will equip Filipinos to become workers of the future. In the pipeline is also a new set of Science for the People or SFTP Book Series 2021 edition. The books are designed to make knowledge of DOST's accomplishments enlightening, awe-inspiring, but down-to-earth. Investing in our human capital. S&T Fellows Program for R&D continues to build a critical mass of S&T workers in the country. R&D experts are currently at par with the world. To serve as our S&T blueprint for the future, we intend to draw up a comprehensive development plan called Philippine STI Foresight and Third-Year Strategic Plan 2019-2015. This development plan chronicles salient features our S&T vision of a more progressive citizenry and nation. The last three initiatives highlight the work in the countryside. Setup or Small Enterprises Upgrading Program, one of the longest-running flagship programs of DOST, will now be gearing towards industrialization through Setup 4.0. Similarly, the Community Empowerment through S&T or CEST is our inclusive strategy to help our marginalized sectors like our IP communities, women's groups, and those that belong among the fringe of society. By adopting the ST4K strategy, 21 selected communities will be empowered with various livelihood options. Utility needs improvement like water and electrical capability, and also education, even through a library in a box that requires no internet. And to cap the robust offerings is the Niche Centers for R&D Program or NICER. 10 NICER projects will be the focus, each highlighting the region's aces in research and development. The niche centers in R&D are as follows: Advanced Batteries, Environmental Technologies and Compliance, Coastal Engineering Research, Smart Water Infrastructure Management, Lakes Sustainable Development, Sustainable Polymers, Vector of Diseases for Public Health, Integrated Protein R&D, Biomaterials for Diagnostics and Therapeutics R&D, and Neuro-Robotics Technology Program. We will soon roll out these offerings for all, learning from our past, making sure that no one is left behind. We have been battered, but now better. Stalled, yet still moving on. Encumbered, but all the more encouraged. Now fighting on more than ever, determined to win. 21 in 2021 through DOST will continue on its halted journey, ever focused in its goals and consequently realizing its dreams.